guys, it's Dalton here.
And I'm Tyler.
And welcome to Video Game Finds number 25. And this is part 1 of 3 parts for this video. Because we have so much stuff that we decided to separate it into 3 separate sections. Just because I don't want it overflowing into like this one huge long video. So I'm deciding to make it into 3 section parts instead. So without further ado, let's get started with it. Alright, first thing here real quick, got it out of Games Ahoy's dumpster about 3 weeks ago. It's nothing too exciting, but it's a Xbox 360 case here. Empty case, but free. I mean, why not? Extra case, so there's that. Alright, next we went to a garage sale. And this was probably one of the best garage sales we have ever been to, because we ended up making a contact out of it. And this guy's really nice. His name is Jordan. And he's a video game seller himself, but he's a really good one. I mean, he gives out such great prices and deals and everything. It's amazing. I mean, we got a whole box of stuff here to show you that we got from him. It was $40 for this whole box, and it totals out to be like 92 cents a piece or something like that. And there's a lot of like original Nintendo brand stuff in here. There's some aftermarket stuff, so stuff like that. But he's such a good person, like with all this gaming stuff, that we're in fact going to go to his house again sometime real soon to hopefully get some more good stuff. But so anyways, we're gonna go ahead and show you a bunch of the stuff that we got from his garage sale that he was holding, and then we'll go from there. But anyways, he also took us like into his house because he had like all of his stuff in his basement, because he's basically like an eBay store. But anyways, he had such a bunch of stuff like in his basement. It was like heaven for, you know, video game people. I mean, he had NESs stacked everywhere. He had GameCubes. He had Sega Genesises. I mean, he had everything. So it was really cool. But anyways, let's get started with this stuff here. So first, we're gonna go off with these. These were all 92 cents a piece. So keep that in mind. But we have 5 original NES or SNES RF switches here. All work. Very cool. These go for like $4 or $5 online, so to get them for 92 cents a piece, that's a really good deal. Oh, and by the way, with all of his cords, he never tested any of them, so it was basically like a risk. But that's usually what I do when I buy them from like Goodwill or Arc or anything like that anyway. I mean, they're basically, you know, they're untested there, so this was as good a chance as anywhere else. So, and they ended up all working out, so that's cool. We've got 2 AV cables here for SNES, N64, GameCube. Those both work great. Those are official. We've got a Nintendo GameCube official brand microphone here. Another gray one. So I got another one of those to add to the collection. And then this was a pretty good deal. Even Tyler thought this was a good deal. These go for like $12 to $15 on eBay. It's a Super Nintendo Mario Paint mouse. And usually you don't see these like just lying around, but he had one in his, you know, at his garage sale, and to get it for 92 cents, I mean, you can't really pass that up. So 92 cents for a Super Nintendo mouse is a pretty good deal. So there's that. Next we have the Nintendo AV in and output RF adapter modulator here for if you want to, you know, use like a RF switch on your, you know, N64 or something. This would do it. So that's that. It's another one of those. I now have 2 of those, so that's cool. We have a red silicone case for, you know, the red Nintendo Wii controller. It's official Nintendo brand, so if I ever get a red controller, that'll go on it, so that's cool. Alright, next we have, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 RF modulators here, all off-brand. There's like Radio Shack and Nyko and stuff like that in here for N64, SNES, or GameCube. These are all the RF switches, and these all work. There was one that didn't work, so I ended up throwing it out, but still, for this many out of that bunch to work, that's really good. I can always use those for extra consoles and stuff like that, so very cool. Next we have 2 off-brand aftermarket AV cables for Super Nintendo, N64, GameCube. These both work, so that's also another good bonus. And then we have the AV cables for the original NES. So that is all the cords, I believe, from Jordan's place. Do you want to go ahead and show the manuals that we got from him?
Alright. So, These are all Game Boy, except for one Game Boy Advance and one NES.
And these were all picked out by Tyler. He saw them laying on the table. I was like, you know what, why not? We'll just like throw them in there and see what he gives us a deal on for them. And it ended up working out really well. So 92 cents a piece for these manuals. It's a really good deal. Especially needed a couple of them, so that'll definitely help out.
So first off, we have 2 precautions. Just, you know, they go with every game. So
it's always good to get extras of those. Kind of like GameCube games always have a precautions manual with every game, stuff like that. And a lot of these manuals are amazing shape. Like there's no creases or cracks or rips or anything like that.
And all the pages are there and all that, so that's good. We have Donkey Kong Land 1, 2, and 3.
And I needed 2 because I have a almost complete in box copy of it now. Well, now I do complete 100% because of the manual. And I've been trying to find one for a while, but their like cheapest was like $4 on eBay, and I just didn't want to pay that. So I got it for 92 cents instead. So I think we paid like $8 after all for a complete in box copy of Donkey Kong Land 2 on Game Boy. So very cool.
Then we got Kirby's Dream Land manual. This one's really cool. Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins. That'll be a fun one to get.
There's a lot of good ones in here that are like, you know, more of those higher, more popular games, and that's why we picked those ones out. So very cool.
Batman the Animated Series. Batman Forever. A lot of these are also on the NES, so that's cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of NES like ports that were onto the Game Boy, so that's why a lot of these were picked out, because we're like, hey, we've seen that on the NES before, so why not get the Game Boy manual and stuff? So that's pretty cool.
And then here's Paperboy with, I think that's a cheat code on there.
Yeah, like it tells you that it's, you know, it's been used, it's had its purpose and everything. So that's very cool how someone used that. That's cool.
And then the last Game Boy one is Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, so all those manuals are in very nice shape. It's cool to add, you know, just extra manuals. I know I don't have like the boxes or anything for those, but to even just have the manual around, that's really cool. So.
And the one Game Boy Advance one is Spyro 2: Season of Flame.
Very cool.
They still had a couple, but they're kind of sports and they weren't all that great. So that shows like the best ones out of all of them. And the last one for the NES is Super Mario Bros. 3.
It's not in the best shape, but it's, you know, it's all there. It's got all the pages. It's a little crinkled and stuff, but hey, it's from, you know, '89, so I mean, it's gonna have some age to it.
At least the staples are all there. That's good.
So very cool. All right, and next from Jordan's awesome garage sale, we got 3 hard cases here for NES games. They're just basic generic rental ones. They're not Nintendo ones, but hey, they're extra hard cases if I ever need them. So there's those. And then a couple of off-brand GameCube controllers here. We got an Indigo one and a Platinum Silver. These, to be honest with you, are just like the official Nintendo ones. I mean, they're a little bit lighter, but to be honest with you, they feel exactly like the Nintendo ones. So whatever company made these pulled that off very well. So if you ever have to get a third-party one, I'd recommend these ones. I don't know what their brand is, but just, you know, search in like third-party GameCube controller, and I'm sure these will pop up somewhere. I think they're brand new. They're like $10, $12, which is like half of what a real Nintendo one goes for. So if you are needing a controller but don't want to spend too much, I recommend these. These work pretty well, and they have rumble feature and everything. So very cool. So there's those. And then did you want to show the games that you picked out?
All right, yeah.
These also came from Jordan's place. There's just a bunch of filler titles I didn't have. We've got NES, SNES, N64, and Game Boy Advance and original Game Boy, and then we have one PS2 item. So there's those.
Alright, so there's 2 NES games. First one is Target Renegade.
And all the games have really good labels on them. There's no tears or anything like that, and they're in really nice shape, very clean.
And then the last one is Top Players Tennis.
So that's the NES ones from Jordan. We've got a couple of SNES ones here.
Yep. Suzuki 8 Hours. And we're back, A Dinosaur Story.
Both those are in great shape as well, so that's cool.
And then 2 N64. Madden 2001.
And that'll replace my copy. Mine, the whole front label is ripped off. But the reason I have that one is because my good friend that I've known since like kindergarten basically, gave me his copy. I remember playing it with him on his N64 back in the day, and he was, moving away and stuff, so he's like, hey, do you want this N64 game? I was like, you know what, why not? It's his, and it just, keeps it for nostalgia factors, and I won't get rid of it, but I'll certainly replace it on the shelf, but I'll keep the my friend's good copy, so, anyway.
And the other one is Scooby-Doo Classic Creep Capers.
And that is the gray edition. They also made that in a black cart, so the gray cart obviously is going to be a little bit more. So that one's worth, like, I think about $10. So to get that for 92 cents, I mean, that's pretty good. So anyway.
And then for the Game Boy, I think Color, we have Pokemon Pinball with the battery cover.
So really good, yeah. That one, there was two of them there. One of them had like battery corrosion in it. So Tyler picked the best of the two.
Yeah. So the one that had battery corrosion was the one that had the battery cover, and there was another one that didn't have a battery cover at all. So I swapped them.
Yeah, it was a good idea. So it worked.
Yeah, and then we have an 8 MB blue PS2 memory card.
It's the official Magic Gate Sony one, so that's cool.
Yeah. And then the last one here is Nicktoons Collection Volume 1 Game Boy Advance video.
Really cool. Those are cool. They have like full-length episodes of, like SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, Jimmy Neutron, stuff like that. So if you guys are, into checking out those older Nickelodeon TV shows and you want it on the go, then definitely pick those up. Those are pretty cool. So anyways, that is that stuff. Alright, next here, we've got a big stack of this stuff here. Now, before this video we started creating like 3 weeks ago when we had put the last video up, I had thought I would never see one of these. Like, I thought I would never see any more of these. Like, they're so hard to come by. But, to point it out to you guys, they are not hard to come by. We got 7 NES consoles here from Jordan, and these averaged, I think after we did a deal, they're units only, but they all work. Only one needed a 72-pin connector replacement, but after it was all said and done, I think these were $23 a piece, which is really good for a console only, because they're averaging at least $30 on eBay for consoles only and stuff. And a lot of these are in amazing shape. Like this top one here, I'm probably going to be keeping this one because there's so many of them to resell. I want to keep one for myself just because I might get a box or something to put one in, and you can't always have too many NES consoles. So I'm going to be keeping this one, but there are 7 of them here. Only one of them, I think, is missing the door. Yeah, one of them is missing the front door flap, but all the other ones have it, and then one of them is missing the Nintendo logo on the front, kind of rubbed off, but they all power up, they all play games. I mean, it's awesome. So, and he might even have some more for me, so I might have to go back and get some more. But yeah, these can sell pretty quickly, and they're very popular, so I shouldn't have a problem moving these. I should be able to move them pretty quick. So, and cords aren't too bad to find for them. You can find some generic off-brand power sources and stuff to put with them. And I already have all the controllers for them, really, so that shouldn't be too big a deal. So there's those. Very cool. And then next, got these off of eBay right before I went to Jordan's garage sale, and they just like showed up like a week later after his garage sale. But anyways, got 2 more NES consoles here. So that is 9 NES consoles, and one of them is missing the door again, as you can see. And the one that is missing the door needed a pin replacement, but I got that figured out pretty quick, so I fixed that. And the other one's in pretty good shape. Both of these ran me $46 after shipping, so about another $23 a piece for those. So very good. I can piece those together with cords and controllers as well. So there's those. And then you want to show your controller that you got from Goodwill?
Yeah.
Tyler didn't go with me to Goodwill last week, and or maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I think it was 2 weeks ago. But anyways, he didn't go with me, but I happened to find it. It was in the they usually do like a cycle, like a Goodwill outlet, but it's just a regular Goodwill. And anyways, this controller came out, and I thought Tyler could use it, so I got it for him.
So it is a camo PS3 controller.
It's the official Sony. It's the Urban Camo Edition, and it's basically brand new. And that was only $1. It was marked $1.99. It was half off day, so I got a PS3 controller for $1.
It's in amazing shape.
Like, I mean, I'm thinking maybe it's played with like 2 or 3 times. And
yeah, this is a great upgrade because my red PS3 controller pooped out a couple months ago, so
yeah, so
this will definitely help.
So I figured out if you need a new controller, there it is. And $1, I mean, you can't pass up a more recent generation console controller for $1. So, I mean...
And it works great.
And it works very well. And then that same day, I got another controller, and it was also $1. But that is an NES controller. And it is official, and it's in very good shape. It's very clean. The buttons aren't stiff or anything. I mean, there's hardly any scratches on it, so I mean, it's got some use to it, yeah, but it works very well, and I was very happy to get that at Goodwill. And then, one last thing to show you guys. I got this the same day I went to Jordan's garage sale with Tyler. It was on Craigslist. We had made contact with the guy that was selling this like 2 nights before, and he was arranged to meet me on Saturday, which we did. And I'm glad I did because there were so many people contacting him about this, and I can see why. It was I have a video on this. It's an unboxing video, and you can find the link to that below. And there is just, it's amazing. Like, I replaced mine for this because this is in such better shape than mine. And as a matter of fact, I already ended up selling mine for basically the same price I paid for this. So I basically got this one for free, and I paid $70 for this. And I'll go ahead and show you what this is. I'm not going to unbox or anything because I have the separate video for that. But it is the Atomic Purple Bundle N64 set here. And it's in very good shape. And I'm not going to go into too much detail with you because I have the other video for it. But it's all complete, 100%, and very nice shape. There's the console there. And then it came with 2 games. Nothing too exciting, but... it came with Madden 99 and Kobe Bryant in NBA Courtside. And these are like in maybe, hardly used condition, like maybe played with 2 or 3 times. And they both came with their original manuals and in very good shape. So very cool. Those games are going to be upgrades for me because mine are, pretty rough. But they're nothing too exciting, but they're definitely upgrades, so they definitely help out the collection. So, alright guys, I think that'll do it for part 1 of 3 for this video games pickups video. So stay tuned to see part 2, and you can go ahead and click on the link for that, and we'll go ahead from there. So see you guys in the next one.
See you guys later.